So in today's video, I'm going to expound on some more forms of technical communication which are verbal in nature. So in these forms of communication, we basically use the spoken word instead of the written word to communicate our scholarly concepts. Now the first of these is the symposium, and a symposium can be thought of to be a small conference. So typically, while a conference may have 50 to 1000 people and may go on from 2 to 5 days, a symposium would have less than 50 people and maybe for 1 or 2 days. A symposium may also have only 1 or 2 tracks in terms of sessions, whereas a conference has multiple parallel sessions going on at the same time. So basically, it is much easier in a symposium to go to the different lectures which are going on at any given time. Now, typically, while a conference focuses on a larger subject, for example, there may be a conference on physics, a symposium would focus down on a smaller subject. So you may have a symposium on the mechanics of solids. Now, if you further drill down from a symposium, you have a forum known as a workshop. So a workshop typically ranges from 1 or 2 days, and the most common format is a one-day workshop. And in a one-day workshop, during the first half of this workshop, you may have lectures from experts, and then in the second half of the workshop, you may have hands-on or computer displays of a certain problem. So for example, you may have a workshop on machine learning, and in the morning session, you may have lectures on the machine learning methods and some case studies in machine learning. And in the second half of the session, you may have a discussion about tools such as TensorFlow, or you may have a discussion and demonstration on a laptop computer on the small problems which can be devised for this workshop. So you may be given some small machine learning problem which you can do during the second half of the workshop. So again, a workshop is typically very small, so you may have 50 people or so, and it's a very good way to get professional development in a short period of time on a new topic. Now, if we go to a third way of technical communication, that's the summit. And a summit typically consists of top experts in the field who basically propound on their vision for a given scientific problem. So you may have a summit of Nobel Prize winners in chemistry, and they may discuss about their research topics and about the possible research topics which are there for future research. Now, a much more common form of technical communication is the seminar, which is basically a research talk of about 45 minutes with about 15 minutes for questions. So a seminar is the kind of talk you typically see in universities and research institutes, and people can be called into the seminar from within the university, or they can be experts who come from outside the university and give a seminar. Now, when the seminar goes on the web, it sometimes is called the webinar. And in a webinar, you basically have experts from around the world who give a talk on one of the internet mediums such as Teams or Skype or Zoom. And this is basically then broadcast throughout the world, and a link of this particular talk is communicated to the various researchers around the world. So if we look at it in terms of funding, the funding is much less for a webinar compared to a seminar. So in a seminar, you may have to provide the travel costs to the people coming to give the lecture, while in a webinar, this may be mitigated to a large extent. Now, basically, there is one more type of talk which is very common in universities, and that's the thesis defense. So at a given time, there are various thesis defense presentations going on in a typical university or research institution. And a thesis defense is a forum where a PhD student defends his or her work in front of a committee of professors and various graduate students as well as experts from different departments. And in all these forums of technical communication, there is a possibility of people being asked questions, and a lot of knowledge transfer as well as knowledge growth happens through the process of questions being asked and replies being framed to these questions. There is also a possibility of discovering new problems for further research collaboration between different researchers. So this is one of the reasons why all these form of spoken communication is preferred by some researchers in contrast to just writing journal papers. One more point to keep in mind is that the cost of these particular forms of communication keeps decreasing, and the conference is probably the more expensive. Then you have symposium, then you have workshop, and typically seminars, webinars, and thesis defense are free. So again, if you are impecunious in terms of research funding, then seminars, webinars are a good source of getting knowledge at no cost. So this was some of the concepts I had for today in terms of communications in technical and scientific fields, which are different from journal publication, but which are also very useful for the growth of science and technology, as well as scholarship in general. So thank you very much for listening to this video, and I'll see you in my next video.